So at this point in our investigation of pollutant number two, acid rain, we are convinced that there's an acid rain problem in the gray area. It's raining with a pH of 4, but not all the waterways are testing at 4. Some are testing at a pH of 7, which is kind of peculiar. Well, you've already listened to an interview with Juan Tuño and the reporter from the Synchrony City Chronicle. And during this, there was this realization that acid rain is not all chemically alike. There's nitric acid rain and sulfuric acid rain, and that it's kind of like a fingerprint in a way from where the acid rain came from. Where did the original air pollutant come from that mixed with rainwater to create acid rain? And so I want you guys to know two suspects that we are worried about for acid rain at this point. Now, I wonder if it's not this guy. Now, you have met suspect number one already. Remember him? This guy is Don Juan Tuño. Remember, that kind of sounds like don't want to know. And he is definitely the uncle to Juan Tuño. And here's what he has to say. We release sulfur oxides into the air. Now, he's talking about doing this at his oil refinery, but we do it to make products that you buy and use. If you choose to close down the oil refineries, you might as well give up cars, jet skis, natural gas, fertilizers, wax, chewing gum, perfumes, cloth, plastics, asphalt, and a whole lot of other stuff. As long as you keep using these products, you'll need us around. Now, you guys might remember when Greg Mason, the scientist, came to visit us, the fossil fuel expert, and he showed us that one slide that all plastics are made from oil and lots of things we use, even the waxes in our chewing gum and some of our makeup products come from oil. So he may have a point there, but he's definitely a suspect for acid rain because of the pollutants coming out of the oil refinery. But I have a new suspect for you to meet. This is Latoya Factory. And Latoya Factory, like it sounds like, she owns the toy factory. And some of us wondered on day one of this mystery if the toy factory could be causing pollution that was harming the fish. And so this is what Latoya has to say. I understand that you discovered that there's an acid rain problem in the area. Your test also proved that there's no acid rain problem in the Mississippi River. Okay, now let's pause. That did test at neutral at a pH of 7, and her factory is by the Mississippi. But she goes on to say that proves it's not our fault. We received an award 3 years ago for our efforts to clean up the waste we put into the river. The cars are causing the acid rain, and that's not our fault. That's the fault of everyone who drives or rides in cars. Now, when we think of who is our car driver, remember her? This is suspect number 2, Avery 1. She lives in Gray's Landtown and she commutes to Synchrony City. So when Latoya Factory, excuse me, when Latoya Factory says it's the car drivers, and we know that that is true, nitric acid rain can be produced from car driving, that she's really blaming Avery 1, suspect 2. So here comes your next step. You're going to be digging into the acid rain files. You can read along with me as I read out loud, or you can just read them yourself, but you're going to be answering questions about that and making some decisions about who do you think is to blame for the acid rain in the gray area.